Kicking things off today, we'd like to share some information on an upcoming event that you might be keen to attend. The University of Nebraska-Lincoln's Center for Agricultural Profitability and Nebraska Extension will be holding an educational workshop that deals with family farm and ranch succession titled Returning to the Farm. This two-day workshop is designed to assist agricultural families who are planning transitions with at least 2 generations on the farm. Returning to the farm will help facilitate discussions for those generations to work through the multitude of business arrangements that will eventually go into making sure the operation is viable for generations to come.
And so we need to work on what are the goals, what are the visions, what are the values, what are the goals. In other words, across generations, do we have the same vision for that operation? Because if we don't, it's kind of silly to bring the next generation back. I mean, we also get that make sure that we get in place that idea that the older generation cannot just continue to remain completely in control. For us old people, it's about control. And so we don't want to give control. All we've done is think about what we're going to plant next year and what bull we're going to use on our cows next year, those kind of things. And it's about how we're going to make sure we succeed as a business. And let's put together make sure we have strategies to put that together. All those things are just key. So after the vision and the goals and those kind of things and the communication, then we also want to look at the financial picture. Do we have enough assets, generating assets? Do you have enough acres to support a second family? Do you have enough of a livestock operation to support that second family? What's put in place there to make sure that both families can be happy? Because you have an older generation that may want money for their retirement, whatever that looks like, if they choose to retire. Maybe they want to start going on trips or step away from a little bit. And then you have a younger generation that's going to need capital to expand and grow that operation as necessary. And then after we get done with those things, we want to look at some case studies and get them to actually start working on their own plan. How are they going to put it all together?
Beyond the 2-day in-person event, there will also be 2 follow-up meetings that will take place in January and February, as well as a dedicated website that will host a number of informative videos and educational materials.
But the one virtual session right after in January that follows up with this is going to cover what business structures do we need in place to make sure we have that next generation succeed properly. And what I'm talking about is long-term rental agreements or long-term purchase agreements or first right of refusal agreements or any of those business structures to make sure that we kind of keep that next generation of the that next generation farm family successful, so that we don't end up with a situation where the mom and dad pass away and the farm has to be sold to be divided amongst all the kids in the family. We have to put it together so that the succeeding farmer gets to farm or the succeeding rancher gets to ranch. So that's going to be handled in January. And then the last session in February is going to talk about the legal side of that. What estate plans what do we put into our wills? What do we put into our trusts? How do we run an LLC? What are those structures, legal structures we can use? And we'll have a lawyer on for that can talk with us about how we put those together in a way that really makes sense for that operation from a legal standpoint.
The 2-day live workshop will be held at the Ramada Inn and Conference Center at 265 33rd Avenue in Columbus, Nebraska. There is a $50 per person registration fee, which covers 2 meals, all class materials, and the 2 virtual follow-up meetings. However, registration does not include reservations at the hotel. If you have questions or concerns, you're encouraged to reach out to Allan Vyhnalek via phone or email at 402-472-1771 or avyhnalek@unl.edu. Registration is now open at cap.unl.edu/RTF21. We've also taken the liberty of providing a link with more information on registration on the Market Journal website.